Welcome, and thank you for spending a few quiet minutes with the sky today. Before anything else, one thing that makes the whole reading land correctly. These readings are based on your Vedic moon sign, the sidereal moon sign, not the sun sign you may know from Western horoscopes. Readings today are from your moon sign. The link below finds yours in 10 seconds. Once you know it, everything that follows will fit you far more closely because every transit house is counted from that moon sign. Here is the shape of Thursday, the 30th of July, 2026, with all timings anchored to New Delhi. The Tithi is Krishna Pratipada, the first day of the waning fortnight, and it runs until 21:30. That is a gentle release phase. It favors finishing, tidying, and letting go of what you have been carrying rather than launching something brand new. The nakshatra is Shravana, holding until 1743. Shravana is the star of listening, so today rewards you for hearing people out fully before you answer. Thursday itself supports learning, teaching, and honest counsel, so a conversation you have been postponing may go better than you expect. The yoga is Ayushman until 4 minutes past midnight tonight, and the Karana is Balava until 8:51, which supports steady, cooperative effort in the early hours, a few softer windows to plan around, kindly noted rather than feared. Rahu Kala runs from 1409 to 1550, Yamaganda from 541 to 722, and Gulika Kala from 904 to 1045. During those stretches, keep to routine work and review rather than starting something that needs a clean first impression. Everything before and after remains yours to use. And since Shravana asks us to listen, let today include one small act of care. Give someone your full attention or share a meal with a person who needs one. Aries, today favors steady, visible follow through more than a fresh sprint, and that suits you. Yesterday, the moon opened in your 10th house, so clarity and steady purpose likely felt close at hand. That moon still occupies your 10th house of work and reputation, which supports finishing what others can see. Pick one visible task and complete it before the Shravana nakshatra ends at 1743. Your period lord, Jupiter, sits exalted in Cancer in your 4th house, and that gives your decisions a generous, well-grounded weight. Aries, with Mars as your ruler, courage and quick, decisive starts are your native language. Here that courage lands best as patience with people. Venus in Leo in your 5th house supports warmth, so speak affection plainly rather than saving it for later. With Saturn retrograde in your 12th house, rest is not a luxury today. A gentle caution, easily met by keeping the hour of Rahu Kala, 14:09 to 15:50, for quiet work instead of new beginnings. Yellow and the number 9 make good companions. The clarity you noticed yesterday now has something to build with. Let it spill outward. Feed someone who is hungry today, or quietly carry a load for a person who is tired, asking nothing at all in return. May today bring you one moment worth remembering. Taurus, today favors quiet forward motion in something you have already been patiently building. Yesterday, the moon opened in your house 9, and after a day of Mars moving through your own sign, you likely felt your physical presence and drive running high. On the work and money side, Mercury sits in Gemini, its own sign, in your 2nd house of earned resources, which supports clear conversations about money, rates, and what you are worth. Your period lord Jupiter is exalted in Cancer in your 3rd house, so a message sent Thursday tends to land well. Taurus, in relationships, Venus rules you, and patience and steady building are your native language. So let Venus in your fourth house draw you toward home, family, and one honest conversation you have been postponing. That exalted Jupiter pays off here too. Your words carry warmth today. For energy, Saturn in your 11th casts its full third aspect, asking you to pace effort rather than push. Shravana runs until 1743, a good window for listening more than speaking. The steadiness you felt yesterday can now settle into real progress. Somewhere today, feed someone who is hungry, quietly, expecting nothing in return. Go easy on yourself today. The stars are patient, and you can be too. Gemini, today rewards a light touch and a curious mind more than a heavy push. Yesterday, the moon opened in your house 8, so you were likely asked to move gently and keep your plans simple, and that mood still lingers. Mercury, your own ruler, moves through Gemini in your first house, and curiosity and quick connection really are your native language. Use them today to ask better questions rather than force decisions. Jupiter, your period lord, sits exalted in Cancer in your second house of income and speech, which supports steady, honest conversations about money. Later, I will name the one window that asks for extra gentleness. In relationships, Venus in Leo in your third house favors warm, easy exchanges with siblings, neighbors, and close friends. Send the short message you have been postponing. Now, Gemini, for energy, the moon in your 8th house brings Chandrashtama for you today, ending kindly at 6:38 tomorrow morning. So rest more, eat simply, and let the demanding task wait until after that hour. Keep the day simple and the sky stays companionable. Somewhere in it, feed someone who is hungry or help a person quietly, asking nothing in return, and let that be complete in itself. Wishing you a calm and steady day ahead. Cancer, today favors quiet clarity, and you are unusually well placed to trust what you already sense. Yesterday, the moon opened in your house 7, and that likely felt like inner ease, a settled kind of knowing. Today, the Sun and Jupiter both occupy your first house, with Jupiter exalted in Cancer as your period lord, so your own presence carries weight in work and money matters. State your case plainly on this Thursday, and let Mars in your 11th house of gains do the quieter work of allies and networks. There is one conversation this supports especially well, and I will come back to it. Cancer, the moon now sits in your house 7, your house of partnership, and that is where the conversation belongs. A shared decision, spoken warmly and simply, is well supported today. Care and deep intuition are your native language, moon ruled as you are, and partners feel that. For energy, keep the afternoon gentle around Rahu Kala, 2:09 to 3:50, and rest a little after Shravana ends at 5:43. That ease you walk with can carry through the whole day if you let it. Somewhere today, feed someone who is hungry, expecting nothing at all. Let today be simple. That is enough. Leo, your presence is the whole story today. Venus is now in your own sign, bringing warmth, charm, and magnetism directly into how people meet you. Yesterday, the moon opened in your house 6, and your mind likely moved with unusual ease and clarity. Today, the moon continues in that 6th house, which favors steady work, clear the backlog, handle the details others postpone, and let competence speak for you. Mars in your 10th house casts its full 4th aspect. So your professional drive is strong and visible, and Thursday supports one concrete step on a goal that has been waiting. In relationships, Leo, that Venus in your first house gives you a natural pull, and your period lord Jupiter sits exalted in Cancer, which quietly widens your generosity. You are ruled by the sun. Warmth and natural leadership are your native language, so speak first and speak kindly. If you want a smoother window, keep sensitive conversations away from Rahu Kala 14:09 to 15:50 and revisit them after. For energy, Shravana Nakshatra runs until 17:43 and supports listening more than pushing. A slower afternoon serves you. Yellow suits you today, and the number 1. Today, the ease you felt yesterday becomes usable strength. Somewhere nearby, quietly feed someone who is hungry. May something small go beautifully right for you today. Virgo, today favors steady, quiet competence over any push to be noticed. Yesterday already asked you to work patiently, with the moon settling into your fifth house, so you may have felt the pace slow into something more inward. Mercury, your ruler, moves through Gemini in its own sign in your 10th house of work, and that supports clean, careful output. Precision and quiet service are your native language, and today they read as authority. Choose one task and finish it properly. Saturn sits retrograde in your 7th house and casts its full aspect back, Virgo, which asks patience in partnership rather than persuasion. Let the other person set the tempo and hear them out before offering your correction. Jupiter is your period lord today, exalted in Cancer in your 11th house, so friends and wider circles are a genuine support. Reach out to one person you trust. For energy, the 5th house moon suits lighter, rhythmic effort, so keep the evening unhurried, and yellow is a good color to carry through Thursday. Your arc today moves from quiet steadiness into real, useful ground gained. Let the landing include one small kindness. Share food with someone who is hungry, asking nothing in return. Carry this lightly and have a truly good day. Libra, today rewards the quiet, well made decision over the loud one. Yesterday already had this softer tone, a slower inner rhythm that asked you to move gently, and that thread continues. The moon now sits in Capricorn in your 4th house, your house of home and inner ground, so your best work today happens in private focus rather than open performance. Your period lord Jupiter is exalted in Cancer in your 10th house, which supports steady standing in your work and money matters. Put one important task in the morning hours before Rahu Kala from 14:09 to 15:50 and let the afternoon carry lighter follow-ups. In relationships, Libra, your Venus ruled gift for balance and graceful fairness is real, not decoration, and it lets you settle a small domestic disagreement with very few words. Here is the payoff of that 4th house quiet. Someone at home feels understood without needing a long conversation. For energy, Shravana runs until 17:43 and favors listening more than pushing, so keep your movement easy and your rest early. The day closes as it opened, inward and unhurried, a steady homecoming rather than a climb. Somewhere in it, feed someone who is hungry or quietly help a person carrying more than they can manage. The day is yours to shape. Shape it kindly. Scorpio, your mind is the steadiest instrument you own today, and it carries the whole day with ease. Yesterday, the moon opened your 3rd house and settled your thinking into clarity, and that quiet steadiness is still with you this morning. For work and money, your period lord Jupiter sits exalted in Cancer in your 9th house, casting its full 5th aspect, which supports honest, big picture thinking over small scrambling. Use Thursday to set direction rather than chase details, and keep something light between 14:09 and 15:50, the Rahu Kala window in New Delhi time, then return to the work refreshed. In relationships, Scorpio, Mars in Taurus in your 7th house casts its full 7th aspect back toward you, so warmth arrives with some heat in it. Say the true thing gently and let the other person finish speaking. This is where that clear mind pays off. For energy and health, Shravana Nakshatra runs until 1743 and favors listening, so move slowly, eat simply, and rest before you feel you need to. The clarity you woke with holds all the way through the evening. Somewhere in your day, feed someone who is hungry or help a person quietly, asking nothing at all in return. Walk gently today and let the day come to you. Sagittarius, this is a quieter day, and steady effort will carry you much further than force. Yesterday, the moon moved into Capricorn in your 2nd house, so you likely felt the pace slow and grow more grounded. That same moon still sits in your house, 2 of resources and speech, which favors tidying what you already own rather than chasing something new. Jupiter, your ruler, sits exalted in Cancer in your 8th house, and optimism and honest seeking really are your native language. Let that honesty shape one financial or work decision today. Mercury in its own sign in your 7th house casts a full aspect back across your chart, and this is a good window for plain, unhurried conversation with a partner or close colleague. Ask the question you have been circling, Sagittarius, and listen longer than you speak. Mars in your 6th house casts its full 8th aspect, so your energy may run hot in short bursts. Pace the day, eat at regular hours, and rest before you are empty. Saturn retrograde in your 4th house asks patience at home, and patience is available to you now. Let the day close as gently as it opened, and offer a warm meal to someone who is hungry. May today bring you one moment worth remembering. Capricorn, your mind is clear and grounded today, and that steadiness is the best tool you carry. Yesterday, the moon opened in your own 1st house, and it likely brought a welcome ease and clarity to your thinking. Today, the moon still transits house 1 from your sign, so trust your own read of a work situation rather than borrowing someone else's. Jupiter, your period lord, sits exalted in Cancer in your 7th house, the house of partnership, casting its full aspect back toward you. That favors an honest conversation with someone whose support matters. And it is a good window for putting a shared plan into plain words. The sun aspects from that same 7th house, Capricorn, which is why others may look to you to set the tone. Let them. Since steady effort and long patience are your native language under Saturn, for energy, keep this Thursday simple and unhurried, and let heavier decisions wait until after Rahu Kala from 14:09 to 15:50 in New Delhi time. The clarity that arrived yesterday holds through today, so let it settle rather than chasing more. Somewhere in the day, feed someone who is hungry, quietly, asking nothing back. For your free full chart, the website has it waiting whenever you want a closer look. Go easy on yourself today. The stars are patient, and you can be too. Aquarius, today rewards quiet, unhurried work far more than any push for visibility. Yesterday already had this softer tone, with the moon in your 12th house asking you to slow down and work without fanfare, and that mood carries forward. In work and money, the moon still rests in that 12th house from your sign, while your period lord Jupiter sits exalted in Cancer in your 6th house of daily effort, which supports steady, behind the scenes progress Choose one unfinished task and close it quietly rather than starting three new ones. Original thinking and quiet conviction are your native language, Aquarius and Saturn. Your ruler, now retrograde in your second house of resources, favors reviewing what you already have before adding anything. In relationships, Venus in your seventh house of partnership casts its full aspect back toward you, which is the warmth promised earlier. A partner or close friend may soften something that felt unspoken. So let the conversation happen after Shravana closes at 1743 when words land more gently. For energy, keep the afternoon light around the Rahu Kala window of 14:09 to 15 to 50 and rest instead of pressing. The quieter phase closes kindly. If you can, share a warm meal with someone who is going without one today. Wishing you a calm and steady day ahead. Pisces, today favors quiet confidence. Your inner work is beginning to show as steady, usable progress. Yesterday's moon in your house 11 opened a phase of patient growth, and you likely felt that slow, deliberate rhythm settling in. On the money side, the moon moves through house 11, your house of gains and networks, which supports honest conversations about income and shared plans. Speak plainly about numbers today and note what one contact offers you before Shravana ends at 1743. Jupiter, your own ruler, sits exalted in Cancer in your fifth house and casts its full ninth aspect. And Pisces, this is where the payoff lands. Warmth you give in a relationship now returns as clearer understanding because compassion and imaginative depth are your native language, not a performance. Say the affectionate thing you have been rehearsing. For energy, Saturn is retrograde in your first house, which asks for slower pacing rather than sprinting. Keep the middle of the afternoon light, resting between 14:09 and 15:50, and let yellow and the number 3 anchor a simple, unhurried day. That patient growth you began yesterday is now recognizable as real ground beneath you. If you can, feed someone who is hungry today, asking nothing at all in return. Let today be simple. That is enough. May your day carry a quiet steadiness, whatever it asks of you. Take the guidance here lightly and practically. Keep what serves you. Set the rest down and move through the hours at a pace that feels humane. The sky offers weather, not orders, and you remain the one choosing how to walk through it. If a moment of ease arrives, let someone else share in it. A warm word, a plate of food for someone hungry, help offered without any expectation of return. That is enough, all on its own. If today's sky was useful, subscribing keeps it coming every morning.